When operating the Toyota Land Cruiser 200 in our latest use, over time, some troubles of a purely aesthetic nature may appear. So in particular, chips and scratches appear on the paintwork and chrome elements quickly lose their original appearance. If the car is used in a metropolis where the roads are abundantly sprinkled with reagents, you need to monitor the condition of the frame, especially the place where the VIN number of the car is located. To prevent the frame from rusting, it should be plentifully treated with anti-corrosion every 3 years. Quite often, the rear door lock limit switch fails. The 4.5 diesel engine is the most popular among motorists. Cars with 4.6 petrol are much less common. Motor 5.7 is found only on cars imported from the USA and 4.0 from the Emirates. As operating experience has shown, the turbo diesel engine is quite reliable, but there are still minor complaints about it. On cars manufactured from 2008 to 2010, at a mileage of 100,000 km and above, oil consumption increased significantly. Depending on the mileage, the consumption is to 500 grams per 1,000 km. It would seem that the consumption is not so big, but the problem is the fact that this motor has normal waste consumption of up to 200 grams per 10,000 km. The reason for the increased oil appetite of the engine lies in the malfunctions of the vacuum pump of the brake booster. With this malfunction, the pump pumps air into the engine crankcase. Because of this, internal pressure rises, which contributes to increased oil consumption, including through the pipe blower. Replacing the vacuum pump will cost $600. Due to the poor quality of diesel fuel, owners have to change the fuel filter quite often. Fortunately, a new filter is inexpensive, $30–50. A common problem for both diesel and gasoline engines is the leakage of the coolant system pump, which begins after 80–100,000 km. The cost of the original new pump is about $200. For non-original they ask about $100. If this problem is not eliminated in time, there is a high probability of engine overheating, which leads to costly repair of the power unit. The Toyota Land Cruiser 200 is equipped only with an automatic 6-speed gearbox. This transmission is very reliable, but some shortcomings were identified during operation. So in particular, on a run of more than 100,000 km, owners are faced with jolts and jerks when shifting gears. The reason is the beating of the corrosives of the drive shaft. If the owner paid attention to this drawback in time, then to solve it, it was enough to inject the drive shaft. If this did not help, the drive shaft had to be changed. Parallel levers on each side, behind a continuous bridge with a panhard rod. Controlled anti-roll bars equipped with hydraulic cylinders are installed front and rear. When driving off-road, the stabilizers become softer. As a result, the cross-country ability improves, and on a flat road, the opposite is true, which contributes to improved handling and stability. The main suspension elements have a fairly long resource, about 200,000 km. Of the weak points, one can single out the struts and bushings of the rear stabilizer. They serve an average of 60–80,000 km, and the front wheel bearings up to 100,000 km. One of the few weak points of the Toyota Land Cruiser 200 is considered steering. Knocking in the steering can start at a run and at 40,000 km. In such cases, dealers change the entire steering column. Traditionally, for this model, the braking system requires special attention. At each MOT, it is necessary to lubricate the calipers, otherwise they will start to turn sour. Also, you need to monitor the condition of the anthers of the caliper pistons, as they often break. The interior of the Toyota Land Cruiser 200 is made of good quality finishing materials, but due to insufficient assembly quality, crickets still appear in it. Most often, the glove box, head restraints, rear seats and trunk bother with extraneous sounds. After 100,000 km, the stove motor starts to whistle. This happens due to the fact that its bushings wear out. A new motor will cost $300. If you are the owner of this car model, please describe the problems that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your review that will help readers of our site when choosing a car.